What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast, your premier podcast talking sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. It's my main man, Kenny.
Yeah.
And this is your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys every Monday, 5 p.m. on all podcast platforms and right here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share, cut the notifications on. So,
Come on.
We had a big weekend in sports for me. You know, I think for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
We had the combine. We had some trades. We had the tank fight and everything. Draw. If you didn't know, it was a draw.
Majority draw.
And I think the inspiration for this song, I'm going to take it back to a time when we might be didn't listen to the best music, but some songs slap. And I think Lamont Roach really feels like
A lot of music back there.
because I think a lot of us played on Lamont Roach's name.
Yeah.
And he came in there and really shot
A lot of people up.
him.
You don't know me, nigga. You don't know me, nigga. Don't approach me, nigga.
Don't approach
You don't know me, nigga. You know me. Pillow talking to me.
Hey.
Probably skit you got a motherfucking 30. With a 30, you don't
Boy, you about to set it off.
You know, and I really just felt that the whole time. I'm watching. I'm thinking this
You
song.
don't know me, nigga. You don't know me. You don't know me.
I knew a little bit, but I didn't know he was like that.
You gonna do that? You don't know me,
Boy,
nigga. You know me. Pillow
You right. We didn't listen to a lot of, it wasn't the most lyrical miracle music. But boy, George, golly, wow.
Yeah, that was a banger. You know what I'm saying?
Did slap.
Shout out to Hood Rich Pablo. I think he locked up, but you know, you don't know me. You know
You
what I'm
don't know
saying?
me, nigga.
I guess we should start saying the music that we play. That'd be fair.
Yeah, at least give him a shout
Give
out.
people shout outs.
That's
you know
fair.
what I'm saying?
That's fair.
That's fair. So how Hood Rich Pablo won. I think some of the songs you already knew. Because Trial Time, y'all definitely knew. Because
Yeah.
y'all let me know.
Yeah, that was a favorite. That was a favorite. That was a favorite amongst the crew.
Y'all definitely let me know.
Yeah.
So jumping right into the tank fight. The tank fight. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, tank fight, if you didn't see it, ended in a majority draw. Controversial knockdown, not knockdown. We'll get into that. What I will say though, if we do go back to some pods, I did say I did not like where Tank head was at. I think it was on a live. I did not like where Tank head was at with this fight. He wasn't with Calvin no more. Calvin wasn't the main, he was there. And I don't think he took this fight as seriously as he should, because Lamont Roach is still what, super or lightweight,
Still lightweight
junior lightweight champion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, respect for him being the champion, you know what I'm saying? And I knew he's an athletic cat. I didn't know he had like stamina like that or endurance.
Boy can pop.
You know what I'm saying? And he threw some punches.
Boy can pop.
Threw some punches. First one to tank 12 rounds since Ozzy.
Yep.
Esau.
Yep.
I think first this is okay, we'll work backwards. I think Lamont Roach won the fight, even without the knockdown.
Okay.
I think even though Tank was connecting, right? It was at a lesser clip. And the counter punches that Lamont Roach was throwing, especially in round 9 through 12, it was nasty. Tank threw some nasty punches, but Lamont Roach was right there. And I think Tank lost some earlier rounds that they gave Tank, in my opinion. Not mad at the draw. I think he only won it by a round. But I'm just taking the knockout out. I kind of think that Lamont Roach might have still won that fight. But you got to beat the champion. I am a true believer that you got to beat the champion.
Yeah.
So, I think this is one of Tank's worst performances.
Okay.
I think he didn't turn it on till the 9th round.
Yeah.
When he really found out he was down. He felt like he was down. He tried to play around, and Lamont Roach stayed active. He walked Tank back. He pushed Tank backwards. You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
He pushed Tank backwards. I ain't seen nobody do that. That's when I knew there's an old Tank in trouble. He was walking him down.
Yeah.
Tank couldn't really get into like the dominant macho.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm Tank. And then I saw in the 5th, 6th round, he took that good punch, the good body punches, and he stood there. I said, hey.
What was ready?
He was ready.
He was ready.
DC, hey man, they don't build them no bitches in DC. So I shouldn't be surprised by it. But Lamont Roach, you made a name for yourself, big dog.
That's a fact.
Like not just the regular boxers, like fans, like casuals. Because I knew a little bit about your work. I didn't know you was this nice, but hey, you got a fan out of
I was
me.
more familiar with your game.
Yeah,
but now so similar to Ant, work backwards. I still got Tank winning that fight 115, 113. I actually had Tank up like those last 2 rounds. Like if he came away, I feel like he did more in those last 2 rounds to where he just edged out that fight. That's me. I don't have no pushback for anyone that has Roach winning that fight again without the knockdown. I don't have no pushback for that. Cause bro had a fight. It was close. It was close all day long. It was close. I think what stood out to me was, we're gonna get into like the pre-fight stuff, of course, but what stood out to me is that he got Tank's attention. When I say that, I mean that it was like a counter punch. I can't remember what round it was. Don't get me wrong.
staggered him.
That counter punch.
You saw that foot go back.
Pushed him back.
Said, "Ooh,"
pushed him back, and it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he even mentioned it somewhat in his post fight. He said something to the effect of, yeah, I was trying to get my timing down, and I didn't want to make a mistake. Now that's something that I kind of like made my ears stand up. Like
he felt that power.
I don't get that sense from Tank, like especially in his previous fights, that he was worried about that type of firepower coming back. If that you know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, where he was worried. Usually you see like a more confident, more ring dominant fighter out of Tank, where it's just like, nah, I'm gonna walk through fire, and because he know what he has in store. So it's like, even your tougher fighters, or that damn dominant left hook that Ryan Garcia had, Tank was worried. Tank paid no mind to it. Was never scared of it. But this fight in particular, Roach showed something. And I won't even do that. Not just that one moment, but the fact that he was trading with Tank during that fight.
He stayed close when they got close.
Bruh, and then run from nothing. Was trading.
Walked him down.
Returning fire on everything. He was returning fire all fight. Again, like I said, I don't have no pushback for anybody that say, straight up and down, even without the kneel down or when he took a knee, even without all that controversy, I had no pushback for you, because bro was returning fire. Again, I go back to Tank giving the edge, because I like Tank's body shots, towards the end of that round. Like I think he invested a little bit more towards the body. He even got a call for it by the ref a couple times, like, hey, keep him up, stuff like that. But I thought I like the equity he put in doing, like, putting some body shots in there too. So again, I give Tank the edge, but my God, Roach, bro, you made some money. You made some money.
Like I said, Roach, I didn't like where Tank head was at before this fight.
Yeah,
for real. I didn't like that he was. I didn't like when I heard that Calvin wasn't his trainer.
Yeah,
main trainer. I was like, what's going on? All right, and I don't think he was like. I feel like he got caught up in the hype. Like, okay, I can lose some early rounds and come back. And then when he found out, like, yo, hey, I think he did feel the power of Lamont Roach, and was like, yo, if I don't be careful, maybe not fearful is the wrong word, but maybe if I'm not careful, I can really get caught. He did he staggered him. He staggered him in like I want to say the 10th round, something like that. He caught him with, like, Hank was trying to come inside to the body, caught him with a counter, and he staggered him. So let's get to like the main point. In that round, like, and you got the rules still? You texted to us.
Yeah.
But a knockdown or no knockdown was called, right? Tank took a knee, went and got his eyes rubbed out, because he said he had grease in his eyes from, getting his hair done and stuff like that. It's caused a lot of controversy. Some people say that's not a knockdown. Some people like this. Some people say it is, some people say it don't. Rule of law, the referee really determines the knockdown, stuff like that. The referee started counting and stopped, so you got to respect the referee's decision and anything like that. I personally think it's a knockdown because he had just got hit before he took that knee.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't get hit before he kind of like dipped off with a knee to get his eyes wiped out, then I wouldn't have no pushback.
I would say, of course, everything in replay was a little bit. They were showing it a little bit in slow motion, but even the hits he did take didn't look like it didn't show like hurt, like I'm hurt.
Yeah,
it was almost like, bro, he just looked scattered that entire fight. But that's off topic.
Yeah.
But
taking a punch,
and then retreating. He took a punch, retreated, and then take a knee. Even the ref, started like getting like once Tank popped back up, he started getting like, barking on Tank a little bit, like, hey, bro, like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Because if you do that, I'm gonna take it as a knockdown. He said that to Tank verbatim, like, hey, when you do that, I have no choice but to take that as a knockdown.
Basically called a timeout.
Yeah, bro, but there ain't no timeouts in boxing. There ain't no timeouts. So, and I was discussing this with my lady last night. I was like, bro,
anybody else has to take down.
After the hype the hype came down, I'm like, that should have been a knockdown. Just because
it was a punch, retreat, knee.
It should have been a
knockdown.
Bro, it should have been a knockdown just because
he took a punch.
It's the climate. It's the climate of the fight.
Yeah.
And moments like that, and taking a selfish moment like that to, I don't know, get grease out of your eye or whatever the case was.
I don't think he was hurt. Some people saying he was hurt and he tried to bullshit. I don't think he was hurt. I think he really had.
Yeah.
You had locks before.
I'm about to say, yeah, and that's a lot. I see a lot of y'all that never had like braids or locks before, and it shows because going to play pickup with these dudes after getting your hair your hair braided or locked, it's different. That grease burn is different in your eye, and it shows. Y'all don't know that, but don't let the low cut fool you, you know what I'm saying. Come from a different background,
but it was just like you said. That exactly how you said it is what I saw. I saw a punch, back,
retreat,
knee. That's a knockdown, dog.
And
I don't care if you meant it to be or he actually hit him. And I'm not gonna show it because they're gonna copyright the stuff.
Yeah,
it's too soon for me to try to show it on YouTube. But you can go look it up. People got it.
Yeah, it's the most hottest clip that's coming out this weekend.
Yeah, taking a knee after taking a punch because people brought up how Floyd hurt his hand against I can't think of dude's name, but he kind of broke. I think he broke his hand actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the opponent.
He dropped down to the knee. And that was called a knockdown. Ain't no timeout in boxing.
Even in that,
and he didn't even get hit.
Somebody brought up a good point earlier today on socials. Like even Roach, he didn't necessarily take a knee, but he fell to the canvas during that fight. That did happen.
After Tank pushed him down, though.
Right. Okay.
That's different.
But the point is when you get to my point is going towards the ref's decision. He has to make a lot of on the spot judgment calls.
It's a seasoned ref though.
Yeah. And even in that, that's why I understand him barking on Tank, bro, you playing with my credibility if I let you slide right here.
Championship ref.
That's a very highly respected ref right there. He's a funny guy on socials, but
he's a real he calls it straight. And he's a straight shooter. And he's known for letting jokers fight.
He's a straight shooter, and they did. Them boys was trading last night. And so I don't have no gripes for the ref, but that is a on the spot decision that he had to make in one of the most highly high climate fights of the year. That's a Tank fight. Them boys did more, almost did more numbers than the Rolling Stones in that Barclays Center. That is a lot.
I told you he was gonna sell. That's out. People gonna come see Tank in person. But let me you sent it in the group chat.
Yeah.
A knee is not counted as a knockdown in boxing when a boxer intentionally takes a knee to the canvas, not as a result of being hit by a punch, and the referee determines that the action was not due to being knocked down, but rather for a reason like adjusting equipment or wiping something from their eyes. This is considered a slip and not a knockdown, even if their knee touches the canvas. This is what makes it murky. This is why it makes it murky. So what you said with Lamont Roach was he hit the canvas, but Tank was holding him.
Right.
And he put him down. That happens. People have lost balance from being held, fail from when they, you know what I'm saying? That's a slip. If Tank had not took the punch and stepped back and retreat and dropped to a knee, I would say, okay, nothing be done. But he had literally just took a jack.
Yeah.
Went back, and Lamont Roach was on, like, coming back to, like, you know what I'm saying, fight, and you dropped to a knee. I don't know how you don't call that a knockdown.
I'll take it a step further. So as soon as that, skirmish was cleared up with him getting the grease wiped out of it, he went to his corner, got cleaned up, got the grease out of his eye, whatever he had to do. I don't know. That's still kind of weird. Yeah. But he came out the corner and immediately jumped on Roach. Right? Yeah. Like right out, that kind of
gave him a breather.
He kind of sends like a signal, like, okay, I got my win back. I'm okay. I'm ready. Like, I'm immediately like trying to do like a cover up for what just happened. Cause you just like some BS just got off right there.
Yeah. So
but my point is it leaving gaps like that. It's almost like a rookie mistake. It's like a rookie mistake. And
wasn't focused.
It just shows that, bro. Like, focused. And you mentioned earlier, even pre-fight, I even add in, there was a moment there where Tank was like, yo, the fight's off. He like sent them on social like, hey, yo, the fight's off. I don't know what was going on in his camp pre-fight with Calvin, with him trying to find an opponent, like ever since that Frank Martin fight last year. This talks of retirement. Anytime in some sports, you can kind of get away with it. They'll do you a farewell season. They'll get the ticket numbers up. They'll do a whole bunch of things, ceremonial things for you. But in boxing, I say it all the time. This is one sport that you cannot play with. This is a hurt
boxing.
This is a hurt business. You cannot be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That's how people get hurt. Shout out to Jared Hurd. Boy got lumped up, said, hey, bro, I'm done.
I was gonna get to him. I gotta give my man a farewell. That was my man. Yo.
Yeah. Shout out to J-Rock. But
damn, that's disrespect. Isn't that it's Swift, bro?
Oh shit. You talking about Dan?
You talking about Jared Hurd? We talking about J-Rock.
Jared Hurd.
You said J-Rock.
Oh, my bad.
Nigga that knocked him out in DC. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Disrespecting my man like that on the retirement. Wow. God, you don't know me, nigga.
But my point is, like, it was just a lot of things pre-fight that
I didn't like.
It didn't pass the sniff test. Like, bro, I don't know what you got. Now, of course, everybody playing, Mr. and Mrs. Detective online. They got clips of Tank, like, smoking an L on cam. Like, bro, like, clearly boy's head ain't in it.
This Tank remind me of young Tank that lost the belt because he didn't come in on weight. That unfocused Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since that happened, he's been focused. He still talking his shit. He still do his thing, but he focused. I don't believe he can't focus in this fight because Lamont Roach is a good fighter. He's a really good fighter. I'm nothing to take away from him. But like you said, I think Tank waited too late to get really active. Tank didn't adjust well.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say the 8th round, 7th, 8th round, when he really started saying, okay, I'm in a battle. He never realized that, yo, I'm in a battle. This ain't no chump. This ain't Frank Martin, which no disrespect to Frank, but Lamont Roach, is a champion, at super light. I mean, at junior light. And then like I said, it's a knockdown. They win. I think Lamont Roach got robbed from being 2-division champ.
And this is where I gotta like, hey, hold our horses a little bit. This is my point that I was kind of coming up with, like, post fight, on kind of gathering my thoughts a little bit about this. That's why I still have Tank winning that fight,
even with the knockdown. In that close of a fight,
even with the knockdown. Even with the knockdown, this was my point. You said it earlier yourself. You gotta beat the champ.
He did.
Now, do you feel in your heart of heart, when in your definition of beating the champ, do you feel like, okay?
No. Okay, let me rephrase.
I don't know. I think that's where I'm gonna generate my point to.
Yeah, no, I rephrase. I still think he got robbed, but I'm not mad that it's a draw. Because now it gives you another chance to beat the champ. I still think you need to beat the champ. You know what I'm saying? I am steadfast on that, but I can still acknowledge that even if Tank made a mistake,
Yeah.
it was a rob. Kind of like when Ugas was fighting Sean Porter. He dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
And the ref called it a slip. Like, you still got robbed, but you still got to beat the champ. It's still like I still want a definite win, because all it would have did was say, "Oh, the ref called." We'd be crying the other way. The ref called it wrong. That's how people camp would have played it. You got to run it back with the nigga now. It got to be a Tank Lamont. Roach too.
Yeah, you got to.
And you better do it quickly.
Yeah, you got to clean your face on that one.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But and this is just not to my partner here, but this is just to the field. For those that's kind of carrying that narrative out. Like, nah, Roach won. If we're just talking about on merit of the fight, I get it. Like I said earlier, I don't have no pushback for anybody that said that Roach won that fight.
Yeah.
But my point of maintaining why I think Tank won that fight is that he wasn't, I don't want to say dominated, sounds crazy, but just flat out beaten that entire fight. It was close. Trade rounds, however you see it.
You got 115, 140. I had it one round. And it could have flip-flopped either way.
Again, that's all. 115, 113 is only giving edge to, one side or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, I call it 115, 113. Tank, somebody can have that exact opposite for the Roach. I don't have no argument for you there. It's just, what you, depending on how you're looking at it. But now post-fight, after this weekend, is where does the narrative go after this? Now, you starting to see the Tank haters, starting to come out in droves. No, he lost. Y'all rob Roach. A lot of this stemmed from the fact of you got Tank haters that always said he was cherry picking. Y'all got Tank haters that always say that he didn't fight nobody legit yet, or he didn't really face no real competition, or Tank always didn't do enough to for the haters to be satisfied or to be okay, or he was weight draining folks, or he is always something that gave Tank haters that fuel to really really tune in just to see him lose or to see somebody do it. It was kind of passing that crux point, again, back in the day for Mayweather, where you just tuning in to see him lose.
Yeah.
Now you see something controversial, something questionable where it might look like he may have lost. Let's keep that in perspective. Now, my main point that I took away from from the fight this weekend was we haven't seen somebody, when I say that to that level, I'll definitely say at that level, trade with Tank since Isak. But even in that, Tank looked like a slicker fighter. His defense was on display. Tank still walked away with that fight. Now, you take it up a notch to now from this past weekend with Roach, where you trading fire, you standing in the pocket, you countering, you being patient, you being technical, footwork's good, athleticism is good, and it's like, oh, you start getting that mojo, like, okay, this boy might actually lose this fight. Mm-hmm. Just because he has the best showing of Tank's opponents don't necessarily qualify it as a dub for him. You follow what I'm saying? So,
I get what you're saying. I don't know if it comes to this point.
If you look best amongst the losers, then that don't mean you're the winner. And be clear, this is a majority draw, so I'm not saying that Roach lost his fight.
I get what you're saying there, but I think he looked. You can't. I get that argument, but I can't say that for Roach, because it's not that he only looked best among any of his opponents. It's an argument to be made that he outboxed them and outdid them. So it's kind of like the Lamont Roach thing is a little bit different, where it was like, oh, he just stood in there for 12 rounds. No, he didn't stand in for 12 rounds.
He brought the fight to him. He brought the fight to him. Yeah.
And would look like the aggressor, was more active, was more busy, wasn't afraid of getting hit. Mm-hmm. That's the difference I bring, instead of saying he's just the best of the loser. Now, there's a lot of haters out there. Yeah. Tank. There's a lot of haters out there. Run it back. Tank need to be more focused. So that's what my next question was going to be. Bad performance by Tank or great performance by Roach?
Great performance by Roach. Great point. Like I said, I'm gonna call it fair, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that biased to where nobody, like, no man can't get beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a great, damn good performance by Roach, and that was from the starting bell. Like, Tank is usually patient in those first couple rounds. It's very common that he'll give those rounds away, but even in that, Roach was patient too. Like, a lot of those first 3 or 4 rounds, they were just, squaring each other up. Nothing too fly, nothing too crazy. Nobody was throwing too many crazy shots. It just, some even would call it boring early on in that fight.
The first 2 rounds was kind of slow.
It was very slow. And I applaud Roach for that, because it's like, nah, I just took another card out your deck. Because a lot of, we've seen in prior fights, boxers would take advantage of that slow start. It's like, let me get these rounds underneath my belt off the gate. But Roach was patient. Patient, didn't just take the bait. Didn't just try to show his hand off first. And then it's like, to where they show their hand, and then round 5, 6, 7, Tank got your timing down. He got you, he got you mapped out, saw where your weaknesses were, and then, exploited those and took it to his advantage. But again, I don't have no argument for people that have Roach winning that fight. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
That's why I say it was a damn good performance for Roach.
I think it was a really good performance for Roach, and I think it should make Tank nervous for next time. Because now I can really go in there and be like, he hit hard, but it ain't nothing I can't handle.
You talking about for the rematch between
the rematch?
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Now I got the confidence, and another people that need to be nervous is everybody else in lightweight. That man decided to move up to lightweight,
and he could,
because he getting some of y'all out the club.
That's the point I really wanted to get to, because it was like, don't think just because he did it that y'all can do it. Yeah. Y'all still. I think
Roach, after what I saw this weekend, I think Roach gets secure out the club.
Like, bro, don't get it confused. That's still Tank.
I think he give Devin some trouble. I think,
bro,
Lamont Roach could go through this lightweight division
and sweep him.
But again, this is where I say the same thing. Lamont Roach is a taller fighter, not bigger, but a taller fighter. This is where I say Keyshawn gives, with more fights under his belt, is going to give Tank problems, because he's actually taller and bigger. So,
yeah,
I mean,
Roach came in 135 on the dot.
After Roach and Tank run it back, I would love to see Roach and Shakir, or Roach and Keyshawn. Devin and Roach, I really would like to see.
I think they're gonna pivot to Haney.
Roach,
Tank. I think Tank gonna pivot to something. I don't think that rematch can be the first one up.
You gotta go back though.
You got to
get that man. You gotta run it back.
I'm just taking off his comments. His comments from his from the post fight conference is he said he wanted the rematch to be first up, just because of, he probably just thinking off his most recent performance or how he felt after that fight, was like, damn, I want to run that back. I want to run that back. But just how politics play, Roach just made some money. He just made some money. There's a lot of folks, there's a lot of promoters that saw that fight and was thinking, oh yeah, let's get him on a bill. Let's get him on the same stimulus package that Isak Cruz had. Let's get Roach on that same stimulus package.
We not disrespect the man. The man's not an unknown fighter. Like, he is a known fighter among boxing folks. He's not a known fighter against cat. This, when you say making money, meaning we about to build you and get you known to some cash.
We can acknowledge that. I think both could be true.
No, I'm just saying, some people be trying to say he an unknown. So Lamont Roach is not an unknown. I never said that it was. We were talking shit up here, but I said Lamont Roach ain't no punk neither. I know he's an athletic, good, but I know he had power like that. But yeah,
boy can box. He got skill. He got skill. He can fight. But my thing is that, still, coming off this fight, I don't think, how you said yesterday's price and today's price. So it may be hard to link, for them two to link up again, because he like, hey, bro, we could do the rematch, or we can both walk, say, like, let's push it down to next year.
Do the rematch right away. Get that. Settle your business first. Settle the business at hand. Yeah, you don't want to go in that Haney fight with business with that hanging over you. Isak, Isak was just there.
But that
I know
you know
what
where I'm about
to
to go. Exactly.
Isak, the way Isak looked at that fight and the way Lamont Roach, nobody said Isak won that fight. Everybody said Isak looked good.
And sometimes that's enough. That's enough where it's like, I'm gonna start doing bigger business.
I got you. But this time, this cat's out here saying you actually lost the fight.
And that's different. That's different on a tank jacket.
Yeah.
It's different on a tank jacket.
Like, nah, bro, you got to draw. Now, that draw was an L. Like, it's controversial. Got to handle that business. You got to handle that business before you go see Haney. And you got to handle that. I don't want that hanging on my head when I'm probably about to fight, second best fighter I probably, like, name-wise that I ever fought behind, Leo and Ryan. And Ryan ain't nowhere near, like, I know, see, people gonna hate me. People gonna get mad at me, probably be all over TikTok again. But Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia.
Put it together.
Ryan Garcia got on the Devin Haney skin, and Devin Haney got out his game. I don't know why you standing there. You never stand in the phone booth and fight with anybody. Why would you try to do it, Ryan Garcia, who came in damn near as a middleweight?
You're gonna be tough, bro.
That was dumb. I think against the Tank fight, he's going to be more methodical. He's going to have a good camp. Tank's going to have a good camp because they know what they bring to the table. They know each other. They know that, like, we all know, we talk shit about Devin Haney, but we know Haney and Tank gonna sell. That's gonna be a big lightweight fight, and everybody can contend. Them probably the two best lightweights in the division.
Yeah, and
I can't go to that fight. That's a legacy fight now.
Yeah,
I'm not about to go to the legacy fight with business that I ain't handled. I gotta take. Like in boxing, I gotta take it. Like, come on, it's like streets now. Like, boxing still ain't too far from the streets. I gotta handle this business over here before I go over here and take care of this.
I understand your point, brother.
Because what happens if that's a close fight?
And what we talking? And
now Roach is looking for his fight, and you got Haney looking for another fight.
This is what I'm saying. So let's say we go in and it's a close fight and Tank edge him.
Who?
Like, let's say they rematch. Tank wins that fight.
As long as Tank beats him, it's over.
It's done.
It's done.
Okay.
But I think I signed that contract when nobody gets a rematch clause. It's over.
This
is it.
Yeah.
But you can't leave it as a draw going into like a legacy fight. Now, if Tank was still staying around, it's gonna go fight somebody else, and then in between, and then come back. But you're going into this Haney fight, which is going to be like your Bivol better be your Usyk Fury. Like, this is to determine, are you the best lightweight? People say it, but until you beat Haney, people, it's always a contingent of people that say Devin Haney is still, even after the Ryan Garcia loss, because all the other stuff that came on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because weight matters in boxing. And he came in at like, goddamn, 150.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear that. I'm not running it back with Ryan Garcia.
No. That was a moment.
If Ryan Garcia Tank build a fight again, I'm not watching that shit.
But this is also what this past weekend proved too, is that it starts to fuel that fire love. Oh man, then everybody starts to seem, it's like watching a god bleed. You know, again, let's not get blasphemous here, but just using a weak metaphor, it's like watching a god bleed. It's like, okay, he's not as indestructible as we once thought. So it started like guys like
Hampson got his dreads cut.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, other guys started walking a little bit taller. Keyshawn, his bark a little bit louder. But Shakur feel a little bit more confident. The field starts to feel a little bit more at ease.
Yeah.
Because we just saw a damn good performance from Roach. But don't get it twisted.
But the only bark that matters is one.
And he got to go fix that.
The only bark that matters is he got to see Haney before he retire.
Oh yeah, you got to.
That's what I'm saying. He knows he has to fight that man before. Now he can fight him and retire, but Tank knows that Tank cares about his legacy in boxing, which I think he is still a boxing like guy. Like Floyd knew he had to fight Pacquiao before he got it.
Yeah.
Now it might have been later than people wanted, but some of them fights that Floyd fought before Pacquiao wasn't no bitch. I'm just saying. 2 Madonna fights.
I'll say 2 Madonnas.
You
You got Oscar in there, Shane in there,
know what I'm
Kodo.
saying?
You got
You know what I'm saying?
This
So,
resume ain't nothing to be snuffed at.
but Devin and Tank got to see each other in the ring before it's all said and done.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
I want to clear up all business before I do that.
I think this messed up Tank's plans.
Yeah, he's going from here.
He's gonna probably
Devin.
Yeah, Devin and be out of here.
Yeah.
He probably just added on like 4 more fights before he got up out of here.
You probably got to see Shakur now.
Yeah, gotta go see Shakur, gotta go see Haney.
Now people be talking too much. Gotta shut them up.
Running back. Because again, that's what I'm saying. It's that like, oh damn, we can actually do this. We can actually go get that guy at the top of the hill. He's been the face of boxing. He's been the face of boxing. Outside of Canelo, he's been the face of boxing.
So it's gonna be interesting.
So it's like, oh damn, we might actually got a shot against this guy.
The only people that I think he has to fight is LaMont. If he can lead fighting LaMont, winning that fight, and if he decisively beats Devin, he can lead, and Shakur can never get a fight. A lot of people's fine with that. The only person he will fight, only other person besides Devin that he will fight if T.O. got out his ass and started really.
Yeah. That would be it. If he did like the 4 Kings run, he already beat Garcia.
Yep.
But if he did a 4 Kings run and fought,
beat Garcia,
Haney, and T.O. and Shakur kind of got added late. But if he do that, that's what we want to see. Doubt it happens, because I think this Roach fight really messed him up. Whatever's going on in his camp, we got a lot of distractions, bro.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like jiving with Calvin Ford,
during that fight.
Like walk right past, bro. Then speak to him.
Something's up.
Something's up in his camp, bro.
Something's up.
He got to get right.
So great fight. Hope we see a rematch. If you missed it, you missed a really damn good one. I'm not gonna talk about the card because I don't care, but I will say
your boy Hurd out
Jared
the way.
Hurd,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jared Hurd is one of my favorite boxers to watch because he embraced everything I like in boxing. And it probably hurt his career. He made no fight easy. The Lara fight, probably the one that was a fight of the year, back and forth. Every fight he had was hard. I think he didn't move. I think he should have moved up. I don't know why he stayed at super welter so long. He's really a middleweight, really a weight. He was weight bully, but never was right after that J-Rock fight. Never could get himself back right, man.
Mm-hmm.
So hope the best for him. You know what I'm saying? Was a unified super welterweight champion. At one point it was like considered 4th on the pound for pound list.
Mm-hmm.
Was a good fight. It wasn't pretty, but he won. You know what I'm saying? So, wish the best for him. Hope he saved his money. He should have made some good money because he fought on some big cards. So, got anything?
Yeah. A change of belts at 140. One of the Russell brothers, I can't remember his first name.
Gary
copped the belt last night or this past weekend.
I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep on that fight. So you gotta catch me up.
Bro, you didn't miss much. It was a sweep. From round 1 to round 12.
That dude like that?
Sweep, clean sweep. And mind you, this is the boy that got his belt off of Isak, who we just got done talking about. He put on for DC, put on for Capitol Heights, came out there, handled his business, and he is a champion.
Brothers is corner man too.
Yeah.
Gary Russell Jr., if you don't know, he put Capitol Heights on the map first.
Yeah.
It's a real one, that feather.
I was saying, so shout out to them boys, shout out to the brothers.
They actually wanted the brother to come back and fight your boy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. It's cool.
Stay away from that man.
But yeah, that's my last part of note from this fight card, man. Shout out to the Russell brothers, man. Got y'all belt back, in the fam, back at 140. And I ain't got too many positive notes to say about that weight class, but shout out to them though. Shout out to them. Much love.
Man. LAMONT Roach too, man. I gotta see it, man. Do it in DC too, man. You got to.
That's nothing. Bring it back to the crib.
Why do it in New York? You got a DC fight and a Baltimore fighter. Put it in DC.
Yeah, bro, that joint
right there at the Capital One building.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty big enough.
That should definitely be at the crib.
Like, bro, you talk about you got 18,000 in New York. Shit. Fuck around, had that shit at the Commander Stadium, FedEx.
Yeah, boy, that joint break the city, bro.
You know what I'm saying? The city be up. The city will be up. Speaking of the city and moving up, Combine, man. Combine happened this week. If you did not know, it's all over NFL network. I probably will have some tape coming up soon because I wanted to let them get all the tape in and see if we can get some clips, show some things. This just Combine, I didn't like the layout of it though. They talked a lot more about free agency and stuff like that instead of actually talking and showing
about
drills and showing the guys, man. It kind of turned me off from watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like they really like, yes, I want to see everybody likes the 40, but they didn't really show a lot of field drills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could talk behind showing the gauntlets, talk behind showing the edge rush drills. Like they wasn't really showing. They always is in the booth talking about XYZ. Man, ain't nobody coming to see you, Rich Eisen. Or the celebrities that you had. Yeah. Nah, am I tripping though? Was it more this year than showing? They didn't show the field. They showed the 40s. I get that. I mean, everybody wants to see the 40s. Yeah. When the 40s for most positions don't even mean nothing. But
it was a bit like of a side eye for me when you got, again, this is hate, but this is my boy too. But like when you got David Spade up there, like, bro, we don't care. Like David Spade, outside of like an Adam Sandler movie, bro. It's peace. That's peace. But
yeah, Rappaport is there. I know you want to report the moves and stuff like that, but this is supposed to be a time where the people get to highlight and see they people at the combine. And like most time they talk behind showing the drills. They wasn't even showing the drills. Like,
well, a lot of those like drills that used to be like or just have like more coverage because we always like watch like certain drills or exercises like backhanded, like, you know, those vertical jumps or broad jumps. We'll always watch those like backhanded. Like we'll only get like footage of it if somebody does something crazy. Like like your boy from South Carolina who does like 11-6 jump or a 43 bench vert. It's like, yeah, but them other guys is out there too. I'm sure they putting up solid numbers. Like, just give me more coverage, even if we're not just sticking with, you know, one drill at a time. Like, there's other guys doing bench. Like, I remember when the bench press
used to be shown.
What used to be shown, you know, as guys was coming to the stage. I don't know if it's just expanding the time slot for the combine, but make the event and the drills the center focus of the event, not just let's talk over with free agent. I don't want to hear about what vet minimums and what cent or what's the quarterback from the Vikings. Donald. Like, bro, I don't care where he's going right now, bro. Yeah. Like, let's give these kids a shot. You know, give them a good look. Give somebody, you know, y'all supposed to be the analysts. So, bro, let's get some in depth of like what they're good at, what their specialties are, especially if we're talking about, you know, skill players. Are they more a zone fit? Are they, you know, more downhill runners, one cut, you know, or quarterbacks? Like he struggles with throwing to the hash. You know, there's something more that you've seen on tape, more scout notes. If you're going to put color commentary over it, let's get some more scout notes because there's that's a big community on socials that's, you know, that follows the offseason or follows player trajectory. Since kids are in high school, that's where the color commentary come from, not just what special guests we. I don't want to hear that. That'd be my only gripe, and that actually coincides with Ant. So I just remember when the drills were more focused or more the focus of the show.
I think it was just 40 and everything else. They showed the 40s, which I get it. That's the flashy one. Some people had some good 40 times. I can't think of their names. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't watched all of it. I kind of skimmed through it, so I have more takes probably when we do our live when I actually like can watch it. But
yeah, like your skill guys, skill guys on both sides of the ball, where there's defensive backs, running backs, wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really base too much. It's everybody was a consistent 4-4. Everybody can run, and that's a good note.
Yeah,
everybody can run.
But I will say some people I think missed the opportunity. I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about the combine layout. I think the days of inviting people, of course, invite them because I know the interviews, stuff like that. But if you know they're not going to do any field drills at all, why not invite an extra? Why not invite somebody to like an extra person?
Bingo.
They can still do interviews. If that many teams don't want to interview that person, that's fine. But at least they have a chance to get on the field and throw.
Yeah.
Or get on the field and run and do stuff like that. Especially with the quarter. Did Jackson Dart throw?
Jackson Dart threw, but the group,
the quarterbacks disappointed me because none of them ran. Which I think one was a big mistake. I think Jalen Milroe, I don't know who his agent is or who it was, made a huge mistake by not running or doing nothing else. I don't know who told him just to throw. Anthony Richardson was the 4th pick because he ran. And he ran that 4.43 at his size.
Yeah.
I don't know why Jalen Milroe didn't get on that damn track.
Yeah.
And probably I thought he was gonna run like a 4.35 or something like that. I thought he was gonna run under 4.4.
Run under 4.5.
And then that would have helped you with the throws. Because I think he threw decent. He wasn't bad. I think Kyle McCord had the best throwing day. But and getting to that later, but I don't know who made the decision to tell him not to run and do the field.
This is your drill. This
was your time to show your athleticism. That's the biggest thing that you have. You are you are the best athlete at quarterback.
In this class, yeah.
Like Lamar didn't run, did he? Lamar didn't do that stuff, but it wasn't no questions that Lamar could throw the ball. Because actually, if people, here we go with this Lamar stuff again. But if people know what Lamar ran at Louisville under that Bobby Petrino's offense, that's a complicated offense. That was a pro-style offense anyway. Lamar was just the best athlete. So when he took off and jumped over niggas and stuff like that, you thought he wasn't reading defenses, but he could. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why Jalen Milroe didn't. I don't know. That was not a good idea. That wasn't smart.
Yeah.
I would have did the field activity before I threw. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll show you I'm an athlete. That would have.
Again, I think for those that do I'm gonna set out this drill and I'm gonna participate this drill, I have a less of a gripe for you. If I'm being honest, you got to be like a top 10, top 5 lock.
None of the quarterbacks ran
to really have that privilege, because there was a quarterback group where only one guy ran, and you know what came from this past weekend? Tyler Shue from
Louisville.
I want to say Rutgers. It might have been Louisville. I forget. I can't remember school, but anyway,
I don't know why Riley Leonard didn't run. He's not known
but
for
there was actually a note from that when they were speaking about the athletes on the field, that he was actually like, recovering from a long season and, trying to heal up. So he'll only do like the throwing trails. But Tyler Shue, and I might be pronouncing his last name wrong.
I think it's Louisville.
Might be
because he impressed me too.
Yeah, but he actually ran like a 4.6, 4.640.
Big dude.
Through well. And
you know who he remind me of?
What?
Your boy, Nick Foles.
Oh shit! Hey, bro, y'all better tune in because he be. this is his bag right here.
I went back and looked at the Louis.
But again, coming
6'5",
stemming from this weekend, his draft stock rose.
Decent arm.
Ain't nothing too bad gonna come from like doing the drills, because at least you ain't gonna be too far away from what you already put on tape. It's not gonna be like, we see I'm trying to think of some super fat, like you ain't like you're gonna be like Xavier Worthy, in the on-field drills, and then when you get out there, you some slow joker that can barely get out of his breaks. You're never gonna be too far away from your tape when it comes to on-field drills.
Yeah, but you know who I liked a lot, and I was already high on him. And he gives me Baker vibes, like Baker now vibes, kind of accurate. Quarterback was known for college being very accurate. Kyle McCord had a damn good throwing day.
Syracuse.
Them throws look easy, simple, on the money.
Bro, he been on a heater since
and if you look besides that one bad game, he really was eating this shit.
He been on a heater, bro.
Had a good year, good career at Ohio State. Good year at Ohio State. Had a great year at Syracuse.
You been on a heater, bro.
Like, Kyle McCord is my QB3. I ain't even gonna hold you, and I'm gonna reserve it till I see. I already seen Jackson Dart though enough. I think Cal McCord can be the Bo Nix of this class.
I say over Milroe and Dart. That'll be his closest competition.
Only reason why I'm saving my thing, saving QB3 for Milroe, because I think he's gonna do some shit. Like, he's athletic, and if he can show that he has a decent his mechanics ain't horrible. He can throw a great deep ball.
He's just not a day one starter. That's okay. That's okay. He's just not a day one starter.
He could have wild some folks. I think he was gonna like a 4.38, 4.35,
and lit something and lit the seat, like lit that arena on fire.
And then go okay. Throw.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, as far as like the throwing, I like the guy from Louisville. Like I said, I don't think he's a day one starter, but I think he's like a guy that maybe late round pick, but then also gets in there. Like, if I'm not taking put it like this, if I'm Tennessee and I'm not taking the quarterback early, I would catch him like in the third or fourth round.
Yeah. That's a comfortable.
I would catch a Will Howard didn't look that bad out there throwing that football. Riley Leonard didn't look good to me. But I don't see him as a thrower.
Yeah, the same, but I can very well see him being your boy from the Saints.
Rattler?
No, Tatum.
Yeah. Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill, thank you.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I like Will Howard. But I always said something about Will Howard was going to be on somebody's team, be in the NFL for a minute. Will Howard before Ohio State had a great year at Kansas State, great career at Kansas State. I think he's seen a lot. I think he, I think Will Howard's going to be one. I think if you're a team that wanted to get a quarterback in the first round and missed out, and you got a bridge gap, I think these are guys that you might can get in third, fourth, second round. Because I think it's going to be a run on quarterback because everybody goes get a quarterback when they need it. But I am hearing that Cam is impressing people in the
classroom.
In the classroom. From reports they're saying that Cam is clearly QB1, and I think Shador is already QB2, but I think people hating on Shador. Yeah. But they're saying it's QB1 is Cam and everybody else. Like, which I can see that. Cam's
he looks like he lived a bit more life than Shador, and I don't want that to sound like some negative connotation.
But then, like,
he just.
But this is
a little bit more.
This is what I say about Shador, though, right? I saw a mock draft, which I agree. Shador goes to the Jets. I think he lights it up at the Jets. They have talent. They have Garrett Wilson. They have an agent Alan Lazard. They might go get them another receiver. He has a good running back. Shador, when stuff is clicking, and he makes very quick decisions. I mean, you can't fake that he was running for his life and still threw for over 70% of his passes, 40 touchdowns. Like, I don't like the hate for me came from what Dion did. I always said Shador could play.
He can play.
But with Shador, I think like if he goes to a team like the Jets, like a team that kind of like had a bad year, or the Browns get him, a team that got talent, but we need a quarterback, I think Shador can come in and make an impact right away for a team. I don't think he's going to hurt you. He might not make you overly better, or he could. That's what the potential is. But I don't think at worst Shador doesn't hurt you.
Yeah,
I think Cam got a little bit more explosiveness and a little bit livelier arm and more of a gunslinger in him. And sometimes you need that for somebody that's going to be like the face.
Yeah. Well, my main sticking point when it comes to quarterbacks is if you're making an investment that high in the draft of getting a quarterback, take advantage of that rookie year and put some talent around him. It's been shown these past several years, like, hey, you're only making that decision if you're also ready to make the investment with surrounding him with talent too.
Yeah.
But if you're walking into a situation like the Jets, Brees Hall, you got running game, you got receivers there, you got a defense on the other side of the ball that can keep you in games. Yeah, that's a more preferable position other than like walking into I don't want to say a house that's already broken down and trying to think that you about to fix it.
the Titans.
Yeah, the foundation's cracked as opposed to like we just got to put in some new windows.
And this is no knock to Shador or any other. I think Cam mindset of how like he's like, I'm that guy. I think you need a different little mindset a little bit and dog in you when you got to come to a losing spot and turn it around.
Yeah.
Like a Titans. I still don't think the Titans take a quarterback because they need so much help. But, or if he goes to Cleveland, you know, you go to the Giants ain't drafting a quarterback.
Not drafting him.
But you know what I'm saying? But like that, another takeaway from this combine is if you need a D tackle,
surplus. Surplus.
Some guys in this draft.
Surplus.
And they're very quick. And some of these guys are pass rushing D tackles, but if you just need a solid D tackle.
But that's where you can fill in some of those blanks as an analyst too. It's like, bro, you can notice the difference between like a Kenneth Grant and a Mason Graham, who yet they played on the same Michigan defensive line, but they're different players.
One is a run stopper, one is a pass rusher.
Thank you. They fill different needs for your team, and they can be like 10, 12-year players because both of them are damn good.
Yeah, it's some D tackles. I wasn't really impressed with the receivers though. Jimmy Horn was on a good team and help them.
Man,
listen. Jimmy Horn is going to go later in a round to a good team. Like, imagine if y'all got Jimmy Horn to run the slot.
That's what I'm saying. It's those guys like Jimmy Horn ran like a 4.4, like 4.47.
Caldwell
was smooth as butter in the gauntlet drill. Ran every route during his on-field drills and just looked smooth. But because he don't have first he played on like a loaded wide receiver room. He also played, he played with Travis Hunter in the same wide receiver room. So there's that. But also he's technically sound. Then I think about a Jalen Old from Iowa State. Also had a really good
his partner had a
really good Jaden Higgins. Again, that was the same wide receiver room. Xavier Restrepo had a good combine. Now, again, if you're looking for the Tatario McMillans, Luther Burden got out there and did some work. I don't remember Emeka Egbuka being out there this past weekend. But bro, just perform, do the drills, because I think Jimmy Horn's performance once the scouts go back and they start matching his combine drills with his tape. He probably just jumped from round before
which one?
East West Shrine Bowl.
Shrine Bowl.
Yeah. So his off-season work matched with his tape. He probably just did a jump from like round 4 or 5 to round 2.
And I'm not knowing what his height. I know he's a shorter dude, but he's more stout than I thought he was.
Yeah, bro.
When I looked at him, I said, "Oh, this
ain't no chump." He's still. I mean, it's a 186 or 185 look different on different cats. Yeah. But he's a solid cat.
Yeah, he impressed me. Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn's gonna go in like what 3rd, 4th round, but really help somebody.
He'll make somebody smart.
He's gonna help somebody.
Day
one. I think he come day one. He did special teams, slot, small packages. He's gonna make a team, and he play even what he ran. He plays faster.
Yeah.
God, Smooth thought he was like a 4.3 guy.
Yeah, and then you got other cats. LaJonte Wester, another Colorado receiver.
Yeah,
he performed well at the combine. So my overall thought right now, where I'm at in the process, is that this ain't no just budding star draft class.
But there's surplus.
There's a lot.
That's why that first round pick is gonna mean a lot.
There's a lot of quality players within that round 2 to 5.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of quality players there.
Yeah. Running backs look good. My man Tootin, former NT.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah, with the Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ran good, played, you know what I'm saying? Offensive linemen, from what I saw today, that they look good. Pro days are coming. Gonna be some tough decisions in that first round. I think towards the end it's gonna be more about like who you feel you like a little bit more. Yeah. It's gonna be some good offensive linemen in this draft. Running backs. Like I said, after you get past top 3 receivers, it's kind of like everybody else is in the jumble together.
And I even like I'm gonna show some love to the DBs, but you talked about your boy Nick Emanwari from South Carolina.
Freak athlete.
Blew the roof off the
even
combine.
if he doesn't play safety, you could put him in linebacker. He's still he like 6'3", 225.
6'3", 220, and jump out the building, and he's a solid tackler. And then if you go to the other extreme, somebody who had a really good combine, safety from Oklahoma, Billy Bowman Jr. He kind of fits that. I'm not saying he is Tyrann Mathieu. Don't go crazy.
Yeah.
But he fits that height, weight, measurable, being like 5'9", 5'8". But bro was a ball hawk all during his college career. And his field drills, superb. Did a great job during his combine. I look at cats like Maxwell Harrison, blew the roof off the combine, did good in all his drills. Now you go back and you find out at Kentucky, oh, the boy can actually tackle. Oh, the boy can actually play a pretty damn good trail technique. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just start to find out, again, you're not going to be too far off from what you put on tape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So James Pierce Jr., even though he's getting a lot of like off the field hate right now, but you shouldn't be standing around looking crazy in the face if you find out this boy can actually get around the damn hoop, or that his 10-yard split looks pretty crazy. Because the boy, he wins with speed. Most of his pass rushes look like he wins with speed.
Makes me nervous though, size.
Yeah. But
tall,
he only
skinny niggas.
Also 20, 21-year-old. You're getting a young guy.
I get it.
Yeah, I get you.
Guys that be tall and skinny.
Those wiry frames,
don't work out.
Yeah.
How tall? He like 235, 240?
Probably barely touching 240.
As a rushing?
I'm talking about play weight. He probably, I don't know what he bulked up to get into the combine, but his play weight probably around 240.
Sometimes them.
Yeah, I know how you get down, bro.
Sometimes them.
But to that, you have a cat like Shamar Stewart, who also showed up to the combine, did some drills. D lineman looked real good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't go without mentioning my boy Jahad Campbell from Alabama. They said my boy, after he did the linebacker drills, which ran like a 4.5, he looked good during the bag drills. He did a W drill. He did all the linebacker drills. They said my boy stayed back and did some edge drills off camera.
Yeah, he did both. I mean, it's gonna be after the first round. It's gonna be interesting to see like what teams start to really pick, because it's some depth at some of these positions. Not saying it's superstars, but it's some depth. It's some depth. Speaking of depth, we got some trade news and some talk about some upcoming free agents in the NFL. Debo is now a Commander for a 5th round pick. I said, dang, 5th round pick.
What's your thoughts? Where are you leaning at? I want to make sure.
That's rough from where Debo was.
Fall from grace, right?
Yeah, but then I heard the Niners are also trying to trade Ayuk too. So they're trying to rebuild.
Didn't they just re-sign him?
I guess when you about to pay my man Brock Petty.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I guess Purdy's staying then.
I mean, but not. You had what's that boy name? Debo's and Commanders. I think if they use him right, it can help. I don't know if you put Debo out there on the outside and say go get open.
I was about to say what capacity.
Like they gotta put him. I think he'll be a better slot. Like give him some run plays, end the rounds, getting space, let him work in space instead of like having to work with the sideline. Like I would put Debo in the slot. Okay. And let him work in space, come off motion, already moving, and get open. Maybe get the ball so quick and let him, because he's a dangerous runner, physical and dangerous runner. So like them little quick
jet passes.
Yeah, like
just sweeps
already have him in motion. Then he goes into a route already moving. Give him a little space, get him in space, get him the ball quick, and let him make plays, screen plays.
How does that differ than what Austin Eckler did this past season though?
Debo is younger and bigger.
So you taking touches away from Brian Robinson?
No, not like running, Talking about like when they bring a person across, like them sprint out plays, like bring them out, bring them in motion, like yeah, that's how you're going to use Debo. You ain't gonna be able to use them just put them on the outside and let them go all the time. It's not going to be worth your 5th round pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Debo is a football player. They ain't really got a position. He's a football player.
Yeah, then you lost me then. Because that's my overall idea about this movie, that it doesn't really move the needle for him. When any package you think you got to install for a player, don't think you doing something that the Niners already didn't try. A million ways till Sunday. They didn't try all the variations and Joker roles, or they didn't try all that with Debo, and they still felt the need to get what's your boy name, Juwan Jennings, a contract extension. They still gave Ayuk a contract extension,
which is weird. Now everybody's trying to trade him when they paid. That might have been a bullshit story that they tried to report. But go ahead.
Yeah, my only thing, just sticking with Debo, was just that we didn't try a million ways of Sunday of how we gonna get this boy open, and it's like, are we being productive or counterproductive? Because we're trying to make this play work or make this player a threat, when naturally I can make. I know Ayuk can run a route. I know Juwan Jennings can win with physicality and size. I know Christian McCaffrey, all around dog
when he plays.
You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm gonna get out of the tight end that they have. That names are slipping me today, but I know what I'm gonna get out of these players to where I don't have to manufacture touches. That doesn't throw you out the rhythm of the offense.
I think the main thing was they got. I mean, he gave a 5th round pick.
Oh, you ain't dead in the water.
You know what I'm saying? 5th round pick for a weapon that they think they maybe can use. So like I said, I don't hate the trade. I don't love it, but get Jaden Daniels maybe another weapon.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Stafford restructured his deal to stay at the Giants. Not the Giants. I wish they had him. To stay at the Rams. So I think that was all. I think people got kind of hyped up saying he was going to leave. I think Matthew Stafford was like, "Yeah, I'm still balling. I was only making $27 million. Like, y'all got to get that number right." And the Rams got the number right. They got him up to what, like 45 or something like that.
As they should.
And gave him like 37 million guaranteed, something like that.
Yes, they should.
So yeah, I think that was just like, hey yo, like it's cats out here that like Trevor Lawrence is making 50, and I'm over here making 27. Make it make sense.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, get me right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Baker just got a contract, right? Baker just re-upped with the Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like last year or the beginning of this year, to get him market rate. You know what I'm saying? So that's the.
It was a good faith deal.
Yeah, they just need to get it right and make it. Hopefully, they can keep Kupp there, but I think they really are trying to shop Cooper Kupp.
Anything that's lost in Cooper Kupp. Not saying he's trash. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not saying Cooper's trash or washed. That's not what I'm saying. But if you have a young receiver core of Jordan Whittington that's out there, he gave the Eagles some blues during that playoff game. We still got Puka, under the right conditions, not a snow game. He ate, you know what I'm saying? So you still got some pieces out there to work with. But Matt Stafford, they're building on defense in the Rams. I don't think he ever felt like I want to go to New York.
Nah, it's how to make it right.
Yeah.
You can't stay here and play for 27.
Yeah, that was just a good faith deal.
Yeah, gotta make it right. Other news, what you're hearing, like a lot of people are like Devontae Adams has been told by the Jets he can seek a trade, but they don't get a trade by the new calendar year for the NFL. Probably be cut. It's crazy how you go from top of the world with the Raiders to now being a free agent. Most likely.
Hey, bro, sometimes your demands is too damn much. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Jets is like, yo, let's get our franchise back.
Yeah. we gotta wash our hands with this, bro. Like
Aaron Rodgers demanded a lot, we gave him a lot, it ain't work out. Now let's get rid of some of these contracts that don't make sense.
But there's a few people, man. There's a lot of talk about Myles Garrett this past weekend. Where he'll be. A lot of suitors, of course, popped out like and predicted. There's about what would you think? Probably like 30, 29, 29, 30 teams that could use a Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
The
Bengals got some tough decisions to make. They got T, who they probably gonna franchise tag. Jamar Chase is probably gonna be the highest non-quarterback player paid in the NFL.
Yep.
They still got Hendricks, so they got to work out a deal with that. They say they want to keep him. That's a tough one because he's gonna be.
Somebody ain't coming back.
I think Hendricks, you can't let Hendricks walk. I think you sign T to the franchise tag, try to run it back one more year, and then T's gonna have to be gone.
Just let the man go, bro.
Yeah, you should. You should. But that's what the CBA said. They let them. That's what the players instead of fighting for that, they fought for less practice days, less padded practices. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm just the guys of the rule that we have.
Yeah,
they gonna try to run it back one more time. But like I can understand letting T walk because I cannot let Hendricks walk. Who just led the lead in sacks this year?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't let him walk because you can't find rush ends like that. I already have Jamar. I love T. T is a great talent, but Jamar Chase is a different level. Probably the best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
If you ask some people.
Let that man make his money, bro.
So he gonna make it. I wish they would let T go and let T make his money, but even with the franchise tag, he'll still be making around like 28. Jamar signed it probably go up like 28, 27 million, which would have been the which would probably be the long-term contract, which I don't think T is gonna want that. He's not gonna want no 27, 28. He's gonna want 30 million a year. Whew. Because how much Justin got? Justin got about 38 million. So Jamar about to get 40, about 40,
45 million.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. Remember the days them boys was making like
10,
you know what I'm saying, 10, 12 a year.
But Hendricks ain't. Cincinnati got some decision to make. I think they already made a decision, but it sucks the T gonna have to sign that franchise tag.
But it's around that time of year where every team is looking like, well, we starting to change that model of what's a need and what's not. I know, of course, y'all know my bias. I'm an Eagles fan. There, we're looking around like Milton Williams may not be back. Josh Sweat may not be back. I saw some reports of the Raiders are shopping their tight end Michael Mayer. He's a young guy.
Don't skip past it. Zach Bond ain't signed no contract neither.
Oh no, Zach Bond's coming back. I'm just speaking that to the universe.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all ain't paid him yet.
Yeah, Zach Bond will be back. He's an Eagle for L. that's just juju.
Yeah, you gonna be hurt.
Eagle. I'm be broken.
They gotta pay that man next year.
If Bond is not an Eagle next year, I'll be broken.
They gotta make space to pay that man next year. They get the Brinks truck. 2 of them probably.
Oh. Yeah, you really don't let that go into like a third, fourth year without getting paid. Jalen Carter would never you would
never see the last year of your contract.
Ever.
He about to be the highest paid defensive player. Talking about, especially if you get another All-Pro. We only got 2.
Just one. This is first year. He only in year 2.
I thought he got the first year too. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm saying, but you're right.
Probably did.
But yeah,
they gotta make space. About Milton Williams gotta go.
Oh yeah.
That's why Josh Sweat probably gonna walk. Y'all got some people. Y'all gonna let some nice players walk. But you can't let Zach go.
I maintain all that, but Bond, I'll be broken.
That's tough.
Carter, that's not even a possibility. Jalen Carter ain't going nowhere. You don't even play.
That's when you build your team.
Yeah, you don't even play around with stuff like that. You don't even let the idea flirt too long.
You got Zach Bond helps that defense. Slay probably about to go ahead and move on, but Slay ain't got many more years left probably, so he might go back. He probably want to find a destination he's just comfortable at. He might go back to Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
Who else? It's some moves happening. There's gonna be some trades.
There's some rumblings.
See where some trades go. I still think somebody's gonna trade up to that top 3. And I'm feeling like it's gonna be the Raiders.
Same.
Like the Raiders, I think the Raiders gonna take that Giants pick, but
they just can't. Raiders cannot go another year
without drafting one.
They got to. They
don't have nobody unless you go get Russell. But I'm trying to see what the Steelers gonna do because they haven't signed Justin Fields yet. So they already told Russell he's gonna walk, most likely.
Yeah.
So you gotta sign Justin Fields, but heard flirts of trade saying they want Trevor Lawrence. It was first see about Sam Darnold, it was first see Brock Purdy, but I think the 49ers said they're gonna pay Brock. Brock about to get about 50, 52. Yeah. So
people trying to get from underneath them bad contracts, man. And the fact that they already turning over on Brandon Ayuk, like I'm about 90% sure they just read him up last year.
That's crazy. I think like he was hurt. I think he makes your team better though. Like you let Debo go, which I think you're a year removed, but you got. I think Debo Jennings, and Pascal,
Ricky Purcell.
I think that's a good receiving core that you can work with Greg Kittles. I don't know why. If you didn't want to keep Ayuk, why did you sign him?
They could be following that Bills model or that Bills blueprint where like, hey, I don't need the guy or the star guy. I just need people to fill certain roles. Or similar, or like the Rams, or how Sean McVay runs his offense.
If that's true, Brandon Ayuk's about to probably go to some nice team. Somebody's going to give up. He'll probably get a. I'm be surprised if it's a draft. I bet you somebody gets up to third. It's going to be higher than what Debo got. Brandon Ayuk's an actual receiver.
I'd have been more terrified by the Commanders if they actually went with the guy Ayuk instead of Debo.
Yeah,
Ayuk and Terry McLaurin sounds nasty.
That's a crazy duo. Them two legit receivers.
But I think people just trying to get out of those big contracts. You know, if you're not like a building block, like, man, it's funny how things come, full circle. But if you're not able to run the ball, if you're not able to have a stout offensive line, defensive line, why are we throwing money around so crazy?
Yeah.
Why are we investing so much money in other positions if we're not already, protected in the trenches and we can at least move the chains? If we can't even do that, we shouldn't even be throwing money around that crazy.
Yeah. Max Crosby is on the block too. So,
and plus you just got, Betts who's just, hey, I done paid my dues.
Yeah,
I kind of group him with Myles Garrett, like, yo, I done paid my dues already. Y'all ain't got no plan. Let me go get a ring before I get up out of here.
Be on a good team.
Yeah, let me get a ring before I get up out of here.
Kind of like Chris Long did.
Yeah,
with y'all.
Yeah, and I can't knock that, bro. Especially if y'all don't have no real plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too old for this.
Yeah, y'all ain't about to spend my prime out.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be interesting. This offseason definitely gonna be interesting. NFL offseason is known for like the unexpected. Like it's gonna be some players you thought you were gonna resign. It's gonna wake up next morning, gonna be signed to another team. And that's just how the NFL is, man. NFL, if they think they got somebody in the house that's cheaper and better, they're gonna take the cheaper and almost as good option. That's how the NFL works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just hot. It's gonna be crazy. Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying?
And get young talent. Because by God, you can imagine you gotta pay when you hit like twice, and I'm just thinking about the Eagles right now. If you hit twice early, and even the Rams too. So you get Fisk and Jared Verse in the same draft, similar to how like the Eagles got Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith in the same first round. Cooper and Quinyon in the same, round 1, round 2.
Will Anderson and CJ Stroud.
Bingo. You gotta start making provisions. Reason why like a Stephon may not come back.
Yeah.
Oh, you paying Nico? I don't know. Don't even ask me, but you pay Nico.
Nico's definitely getting paid.
Yeah, but there's a reason why some cats just may not come back, bro. There's a reason.
That's how the NFL go, man. You know what I'm saying? So Good episode today. Don't forget you can catch us every Monday at 5 p.m. on all podcast platforms and right here on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Catch us at IDK Sports Pod on all socials. Instagram IDK Pod 23. It's IDK Sports Pod on TikTok. Everywhere, man. It's IDK Sports everywhere, man.
That's
how we do, man. Because this is your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. Like I said, every Monday, 5 p.m. right here on YouTube and all podcast platforms. You know what I'm saying? My name is Anthony, man. This episode is
It's over.
My name's Anthony.
Yes,
My
sir.
main man Kenny.
What's happening?
Until next time.
What's up?
I'll holla at you.
It's over.